Okay, we just talked about attack. And attack told our compressor what to do the instant we crossed the threshold on the way up. Release tells the compressor what to do the instant that the signal goes under the threshold. So loud things comes up, pow, and crosses that threshold, and on the way down, we have another chance to mess with it. Now, we can go ahead and have the compressor let go right away and say, hey, it's your problem, or we can hang on to it a little bit and mess with it. And so let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. I got this thing smoking pretty good here. Take a listen. All right, good old real acoustic drums once again. And now I'm going to start pulling that release down. As is, this is 1,753 milliseconds. So it's hold on for a very long time. I got it cranked way up. Watch what happens when we let go immediately. In fact, can I set this to 0? Yes, I can. Now check it out. All right, so basically I turned it all the way up and all the way down. That would have 5,000 millisecond release. So it's a 5-second release time. Take a listen. It's just kind of consistently yanking that signal down, just kind of sitting there and hanging on to it, gnawing on it a little bit, if you will. But if we go way back down, listen to what that reverb does on the snare. I'm going to turn the drums up a little bit more. And right there's a point where that reverb almost is gone now. And that's one of the big factors of release. This particular example is rather subtle. If we fired up real drums with a big room on it, by turning that release really fast, then you're going to hear a lot more of that room just explode. Whereas if you have it a long release, the compressor is going to keep yanking, keep gnawing on that signal. I like to think of release almost as like those dogs, that bite the mailman in the pants, and the mailman's all swinging, and they don't ever want to let go. That's the release, is like how long you're going to clamp. The dog's being very unreasonable by doing that. And so in some ways, the release, by having it cranked way up, you can be unreasonable. And that can block certain things that you don't want, or by releasing really quick, you can really bring up some really cool stuff. All right, let me bring up Addictive Drums as an example, because any real drum kit, you're really going to hear it a lot more, particularly it has a lot of room going on. All right. Okay, so we got Addictive Drums loaded up here. Now watch when we start really compressing this thing. The release is going to make a huge difference on what we're hearing. We're going to get real aggressive. All right, no compression at all. With compression. All right, now see what happened right there? In this particular plugin, 7 is the fastest release you could possibly get. Don't ask me why they label it that way. So it really exploded. It really took off. Now let's listen when we mess with that again. And there's still ambience in there. It's not going to pull everything out. And a lot of that really depends on the envelope of the release and the individual character of the compressor. That's all stuff we'll get into later. That's actually nastier. Now watch this. And that's exposing a different facet of the release, which I didn't mean to get into just yet, but we'll cover it in this video. That you can actually use release as a distortion. If you set release fast enough and you've got a lot of low frequency content, the compression actually acts as what's called a wave shaper, which basically just means a distortion. So you can really use that to your advantage to crunch stuff up, like drums in this case. And I think this is a 60s drum sound I'm using right here. I was up to some kind of weird electronic music mumbo jumbo. A lot of times I go for more modern drum sound. But the point here is by hanging on a long time, we can reduce the room sound tremendously. Or we can really bring the thing up and get nasty. Over and out.